Shalom. Kohalo Yahweh Bashem Abishai Bashem Wakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, to be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, and to the Aquas that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm. I'm coming at you with another lesson in truth. And I'm going to read Romans 15th chapter. Bear with me, my hands are pretty cold. This is Romans 15 and 4, and it reads, For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So the things that are written in the scriptures are for our learning, for us to know and understand and be aware of our surroundings and the time that we're in. And the one thing that all of you who've woken up to the fact that you are the true Israelites of the Bible, the one thing that you should get out of any lesson that you've got is that you should never trust thine enemy, or any Israelite that's telling you to trust your enemy. All right? I'm going to go to the book of First Maccabees. Could be Second Maccabees. Let me see. No, I think it's First. Yeah, it's First Maccabees 16 and 11, and it reads, Moreover, in the plain of Jericho was Ptolemus, the son of Abubas, made captain, and he had an abundance of silver and gold, for he was the high priest's son-in-law. See, that was the first mistake that this Israelite allowed this Edomite, because Ptolemus is an Edomite, okay, who allowed him to marry his daughter. So that, because what that means is that his grandchildren are going to be tares. All right. Wherefore, his heart being lifted up, he thought to get the country to himself, and thereupon consulted deceitfully against Simon and his sons to destroy them. All right. Because you got to remember, this was during the time of that forced conversion, where Edomites were forced to become Jewish, so to speak. All right, this was that time when the Maccabees had beat down the Edomites, and a large portion of them started following the law, statutes, and commandments, and that's where you get Jewish from today. All right, and it says, Now Simon was visiting the cities that were in the country and taking care of the good ordering of them at the time which he came down himself to Jericho with his sons Matthias and Judas, in the 117th year, in the 11th month called Sabbat, where the son of Abubas, receiving them deceitfully in a little hold called Dachis, which had built, made them a great banquet, howbeit he had hid men there. So when Simon and his sons drunk largely, Ptolemy and his men rose up, took their weapons, and came upon Simon in the banquet place, and slew him, his sons, and certain servants. In which doing he committed a great treachery, and recompensed evil for good. And that's what all you're going to get when you're dealing with Esau Edom, man. These eagles are not for your best interest. So if they're telling you that they have something that's going to make you healthy and make you strong and make you resistant to something that they created in the first place, and you're gonna go take that shit willfully, all right? So now that I read that so that I could play this 4-minute video that I found in my archives and one of my old channels when I first, that I've actually made a new channel again because I wasn't using it. But let me pull it up.
This This next story is so unbelievable, we didn't think it could possibly be true. But after receiving thousands of records and declassified reports from the Army, it's confirmed that during the Cold War, the United States military conducted secret tests on unsuspecting people in the city of St. Louis. A local sociologist will make her findings public tomorrow, but she spoke first to the I-Team's Lisa Zigman.
Lisa Martino Taylor's life work has been to uncover details of the Army's ultra-secret military experiments carried out in St. Louis and other cities during the 1950s and 60s.
These things were secretive for a reason. They didn't have volunteers stepping up and saying, yeah, I'll breathe zinc cadmium sulfide with radioactive particles.
These Army archive pictures show how the tests were done in Corpus Christi, Texas in the 1960s. In Texas, plans were used to drop the chemical, but in St. Louis, the Army placed chemical sprayers on buildings and station wagons. City officials were kept in the dark about the tests. The Cold War cover story was that the Army was testing smoke screens to protect cities from a Russian attack. The truth, according to Martino Taylor, was much more sinister.
Pretty shocking. The level of duplicity and secrecy. Clearly, they went to great lengths to deceive people.
By making hundreds of Freedom of Information Act requests, she uncovered once classified documents that confirmed the spraying of zinc cadmium sulfide.
The greatest concentration of this compound was sprayed near the Pruitt-Igoe housing complex just south of downtown St. Louis. It was home to 10,000 low-income people, and an estimated 70% were under the age of 12.
Martino Taylor claims they all unknowingly inhaled this compound morning, noon, and night, so the government could measure its effects on their lungs.
This is a violation of our medical ethics, all international codes, and the military's own policy at that time.
In 1994, then Congressman Richard Gephardt asked the Army to open its records and explain the St. Louis testing.
We want to make very sure that nothing went on that would harm anyone and that all the facts are out on the table.
Documents released in the 90s show the Army placed sprayers on this former Knights of Columbus building on Lindell and in Forest Park. The Army always insisted the chemical compound was safe. Martino Taylor believes documents prove otherwise.
There's a lot of evidence that indicates that people in St. Louis and the city, particularly minority communities, were subjected to military tests.
So there it is. The target has always been you Israelites. All right? And it still is to this day. The planes fly nonstop all over America. As a matter of fact, at this point, they don't even care about the Edomites that are here in America. America is a done. It's a washed-up experiment. It's a corporation that isn't prosperous anymore. All right? And America's in the way of the digital, the new digital revolution that they're bringing on, this new digital one world system that they're bringing in. America's in the way of that because America is all about capitalists, all right, and capitalists to the Israelites have been just the opposite, man. Because to build a capitalist society, you got to have slaves. You got to have slaves to build it up for free, all right. And they're trying to do that all over again with this digital currency. That's why all these banks around the world, worldwide, all right, have digital notebooks now. That's why these 5 and 6G towers are going up all over the place, man. So if you still want to believe, hey, look, the scriptures, it told you in Ezra, never trust thine enemy. And so with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, by Hashem Nahawashi, by Hashem Wakakwadash, Wa Abba Babal, Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah.